Welcome back to Daytime. So when you sent the kids off to school this morning, what did their backpacks look like? You might not have paid too much attention to them, but you will want to as a parent, because you want to make sure they pack it light and they wear it right. That's the catchphrase that the Ontario Chiropractic Association uses to make sure that we're saving our kids' backs. Want to build their minds and save their backs at the same time. Dr. Sara O'Neill joins us from the Ontario Chiropractic Association, and she has brought with her her son Declan, who's going to help show us how to properly wear those backpacks a little later on. You know, I mentioned off the top, Sara, I see so many kids when they're walking to school, these huge backpacks, and they seem to make them bigger all the time so they can fit more in, but that's not necessarily a great thing.
No, it's not necessarily a great thing. For weight, you want 10 to 15% of the child's body weight in the backpack maximum.
Okay.
The younger kids go at the 10%, so his age, he would want, for him that's about 5 pounds based on his weight.
Really?
Yeah, it's not a lot. Older kids can get away with 15%, they can get a little more in there. And then very important as well is the fit of the backpack.
So there are a couple things we're going to look at now with the weight, and you're saying 5 pounds for Declan. I guess as a parent you think, but they don't get homework anyways, they don't have this, but they do carry a lot of things in their backpacks. It can be at this time of year, their coats go into it, and their water bottles go into it, and their lunch pails go into it, and you know, maybe extra shoes or things like that. So before you know it, you've got 5 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's library books, and there's quite a few things that can go in there. By leaving things like extra shoes at school, that can cut down on the weight. Just being aware of what you're putting into the child's backpack, and do you need everything? You know, sometimes we maybe don't need quite everything.
I'm certain that there are times that my daughter's locker at high school is empty, that everything that she has in there is in her backpack. She's bringing it home because you don't want to forget anything, and because you've got homework, so you want to make sure you've got it, but it's way too much.
Yeah, and that's where often you play with the weight as much as you can, but yeah, like you said, they've got homework and they have to do that. The fit of the backpack is also very important. If it's fitting properly, then the weight may not matter quite as much.
The weight, the fit is always the tricky thing to me, and there's so many straps and so many different types of backpacks to do that. So this is where Declan comes in for us today. You're going to be our model to help us figure out exactly how the backpacks should go on. And we're going to start with this backpack today. You've brought a couple of different examples with you.
So
I can already tell that's heavy. That's heavy.
Yes, this one I deliberately packed too heavy for him.
Okay.
And so we'll have you stand here. Pick it up for me, Declan. So you can see.
Oh, look at those muscles.
I'm putting it on.
Wow.
So the way he picked it up is also not so good, and we'll get to that. And you can see here the way he's standing, the backpack is low.
I'm just going to maybe turn you just a little side. Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
See that there. So this backpack is too low for him. The straps are too long, and it starts down here and goes below his bum. You want it sitting more up here, so it doesn't pull as much. So you can kind of see here his head comes forward because he's got to carry that weight, and that puts a lot of strain through his spine. Chiropractors lately are seeing a lot of problems, more and more problems with children in their offices with spinal problems, which is why the Ontario Chiropractic Association has their public education campaign, Pack It Light, Wear It Right, that you mentioned.
Okay, that can't be very comfortable, Declan, is it? No, you wouldn't want to walk to school like that. I don't think so.
One other...
A lot of books. You have a lot of studying to do tonight, young man, I think.
One other thing you see often is kids wearing it on one side, one shoulder is quite
and especially
bad.
Older kids, you see them
cool,
just holding it
you know,
one way, right? Right. So if it's got the 2 straps, you wear the 2 straps. They're there for a reason. Okay. All right. So that's the improper way.
So
now we're going to take a look.
Ooh, I'll put that over here. This is the one that I've packed that it's his actual...
what a difference in the weight.
Yeah, this is his actual backpack. It has his lunch for today in it, a bit of water there, and a note for his teacher, actually, to say why he wasn't there this morning.
So here, you could wave at the camera and say, I was here this morning. There we go, in the center camera. You can give her a wave, say, here I am, I'm on TV.
Okay, so we can put this one on. Both straps. There we go. Face sideways again. Oops.
Okay.
Turn your hips. There we go. So now this one, what you're looking for in a backpack is 2 wide padded straps. You can leave that undone actually. And it's really nice if there's a waist strap, which this one has. So that takes a lot of the weight and distributes it over their hips and legs, and the leg bones are much stronger than your spinal bones. And so it takes the load. This one also has a chest strap, which is kind of neat.
You've done this before, haven't you, Declan? You know exactly how this is supposed to go on.
So when he wears this one, it's higher up on his back. It goes from the base of his neck to his hips, and it's closer into his body. The straps are pulled up higher, so he's wearing it more securely, and it's not pulling on his spine.
And so is that a lot more comfortable for you, Declan?
Yeah. And when
Except for this part.
Yeah. Then when he stands, he's more aligned straight up and down. His head isn't going forward as much. Pulling.
Right. I noticed on the back of that backpack, it's also padded in the back, and I've seen different ones that have the padding and different placement on it. Should you be looking for that, or does that help just a little bit with the comfort, or does it actually have a practical application?
The padded back is important because it takes some of the weight. It's also comfortable. This one actually has a bit of a frame on the back, which is nice because it gives it more stability.
Okay. And then as far as the straps at the side and tightening them up, I think that's the thing we always forget to do. You know, you get it home from the store and it just stays in whatever position it was at the store.
Yeah, so this one, if we didn't have these straps adjusted for his height, if I bring them down again, then we've got this low backpack thing going on again, and he's leaning forward to try and compensate for this big thing hanging out the back of him there.
Well, and you want to make sure, I know with my kids, you check that first time, you kind of get things set up the way you want it the first time, but then you have to recheck and re-look I think every week, you know, just take a look at how it's fitting and sitting in that and change it accordingly because it can change.
Yeah, as the kids grow, you might need to let it down. The backpacks, as you use them, they get a little more, this one's an older one, the straps are softer, so they're probably a bit longer than when they first started. Yeah, just checking, and the kids will play with it too to try and make it cooler. So, you know, you come and you secretly undo what they've done to it.
You have to keep an eye on it. And if you want more information, you can go to the website, which is chiropractic.on.ca, and find out more about the Pack It Light, Wear It Right program and how to get kids wearing it right, just like Declan is here. You know what? We have to send you back to school now. We're all done, but thanks for joining us. Back in just a moment. Stay with us.